Hello, lovelies. It's you here from Go to Thread Tarot. I'm here to bring you another channel message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance. Ooh, it's 12:12 down on the clock. Interesting. And it's 12:12. Interesting indeed. Something is being hidden here. What's being hidden here? I'm here to give you a channeled message. I hope this message finds you blessed and full of abundance. How are you doing today? Okay. I can't remember if I've said that. Like, I just kind of got this big download and I was just like, oh, hold on. Hi. There's the need for some type of protection here. I see my kitty is trying to force her way into this situation. There's something here that you have not thought about deeply enough, or there is some kind of hidden emotions here that you're suppressing and that you're not thinking about. You might not want to think about them. You might not want to see this, but there is something inside of you that's telling you a particular, like, you have an emotion here about this situation, okay? And you're kind of suppressing how you feel, how you truly actually feel about it. Mama, you need to clean your eyes, babies. Yeah, you need to clean your eyes. There's a little something here. It's like you're not quite seeing the truth. You're so close to the camera. What are you doing? Hold on. I'm going to do that a little bit. There we go. Poop, poop. Okay. Yeah, slow down just a little bit and really pay attention to how you actually feel about this situation, because there is some type of hidden feelings, either your hidden feelings or someone else's hidden feelings. We're going to get more into this, but there's more here hidden under the surface. Okay. You may be unsure about how to... Oh, you might be unsure about how a decision that you're making is going to look to a group of people. This could be friends. This could be family. Yeah, you're worried that these people are going to turn their back on you, or that they're not going to support you in some type of decision that you want to make. And so it's giving you this kind of like, pause, wait, let me see how it turns out. Let me see how such and such says about it or does, or how they handle it. Yeah. It's this kind of feeling that you know what you want. You know, to get what you want, you have to move forward, or you have to start a new cycle. But this kind of fear of what this group, or what this society, or what your greater community, or, you know, it could be like the members of a group, the members of a school, the members of a church, of your family. It's like a group of people, and you are unsure how to get the reaction that you're really looking for. It is a bit manipulative, because you are, in a way, you're like manipulating yourself, or you're compromising how you know how you feel about this. You know that you really want to do something, or know you really don't want to do something, but you're worried about the way that denying it or doing it will make you look to the greater public. There's something here about being afraid of the way that it'll make you look, about people's perceived image of you. Yeah. You either already have this reputation publicly of being a very sturdy, financially sound, reliable figure, or you really want to step into that. And you're worried that a decision that you really want to make, a decision that you feel is being put on your heart, will either stop you from being seen like this, or it will, yeah, and either way, either you're already seen like this and people won't see you this way anymore, or, you know, you're trying to achieve this and you feel like people will not look at you the same way. And the thing about it is, your energy right now is actually in the King of Wands energy. Is this very fiery, passionate, burn it all to the ground and start over. I'm not afraid to say what I have to say. I'm not afraid to do what I have to do. Like, I don't need anyone standing behind me. I don't need anyone to tell me who to be and how to feel. That's how you feel on the inside. But you're very much so trying to... It feels like some of you are trying to defend having that stance or defend having this energy. For some of you, and I'm sorry if you guys can hear that construction noise that's going on outside. They're repaving the road in front of my house. So there's loud trucks and grinding and, you know, stuff that's happening right now. They're ripping up the road in front of my house. So there is this energy here almost of some people look at you and they see this King of Pentacles, and some of these people would be like, you're very predictable, almost to the point where they might even call you boring. Maybe you feel bored. Maybe you feel bored by your life. And you're like, yeah, there's this kind of stagnant energy here. I need more. But there is that you're in a very defensive energy right now. And Spirit is saying that you're really afraid to do what you feel like you know you need to do, because you're afraid, again, that you are going to lose this support. You are really afraid that you are going to lose this community being on your side, or these people seeing you in a very certain manner. And it's almost this vibe of where it's like, well, it's like you want your cake and you want to eat it too. You know, like you want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. It's this kind of like, well, you know, I want to be seen as this very stable, sturdy, you know, this, but also I want to be able to just fly off the handle and do this or go do that or be spontaneous and do all that at the same time. And I'm not sure why this community sees, they really put this up on a pedestal. You being the King of Pentacles, they put that up on a pedestal. But you want to be, or you are already, the King of Wands. This is, I'm sorry if this is kind of confused. Like, well, which one am I? Because I'm getting both. Why can't you be both? It's a very limiting mindset. It's very limiting. And I feel like you feel that way. I feel like you want to expand. You want to be more. Mature. Yeah. Mature man. This is the Emperor card in this. And to be the Emperor, you have to embody all of the, you know, you have to be able to pull out the different aspects of all the different kings. Maybe somebody's telling you you're too old, or, you know, like you just need to be settled, or you just need to do this. Like at your age, there's no way that you can divorce and start again and get it back out there in the dating realm, or that you can, you know, at your age, you don't need to, you know, change careers or go back to school or something like that. There's something here also about like, you just need to settle down. You just need to be this king that's just sitting here with all these plants and everything all growth. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's something here about, like, look, community. That's what this community feels like. There's, like, they see you sitting here, and I almost see you be like, I want to be the King of Wands. All of these, I feel like all of these plants that are sitting here growing all over me, they're like chains holding me down. I want to be able to, because I see this King of Pentacles standing up, and as they stand up, all of like the vines and everything like are like breaking and popping, and then they're like burning away. And as you stand up and you stand up, it's like this staff right here lights on fire, and you turn into the King of Wands. So it's like I want to change it up. I want to mix it up. Like, I don't want to be trapped here. I don't want to be stuck here. There's nothing wrong with being stable and being grounded and being, but it's like a King of Pentacles can turn into someone who's a little too stubborn, a little too set in his ways, a little too, like, I'm settled and I'm not moving and I'm not changing, And there's something here about like, no, like I want to get up from this position and I want to be seen as something, like I want to be something else. Your soul is guiding you, or your spirit is guiding you to stand up in some type of situation. In some type of situation here, something needs to change. Something needs to be mixed around. But there is this worry that this community will turn their back on you. And you're feeling very defensive. Very, very defensive. Exactly. You're being called to go on a journey here. You're being called to change it up. You're here at the end of a stage, and you're being called to start a new path, to enact a different aspect of yourself. Again. But again, out pops this community. Maybe you're being called to leave one community and to step into another. This could even be you like changing neighborhoods, moving, changing jobs, changing professions, changing departments within a company, changing your team. Somebody here could want to like fire like a whole bunch of people and like rehire a completely new staff or something like that. Or, let go, whatever. Because there could be something here where it's like, this has got to be cleansed, or this has got to, that's why it's like, this King of Wands is like, it needs to burn away. The old needs to burn away and be cleansed. I've got to do it. If I don't do it, who is going to do it? I have to step up and I have to do it. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? And if I have to look like the bad guy, then maybe I have to look like the bad guy. But like, and it doesn't really, yeah. But it's making me feel like this other community is going to make you the bad guy, even if you are doing what you consider to be the right thing. Like, I understand that does it feel good to lay off this group of people? No, it doesn't. But this is a toxic environment, or this is a very unproductive team, or all of y'all have your positions because you're family members. You can't actually run this place, it's giving me the vibes of somebody buying a business, or somebody coming in and observing and being like, I'm going to have to let go of this manager and that manager and this team lead and that person because they're running this place into the ground. Like, you can't manage. You can't do your job effectively. I see people being super ground, and I see people, they're like stepping back and they got their feet kicked up and they're just like, this is the easy life, and you're just like, hey, no, I expect you to work when you're at work. And this person is like, none of my old manager didn't, my old GM didn't, this is the way we've always run things. Well, I'm not that person. I really honestly feel like somebody here is being called to drop a mask with this false person here. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody else. That's what I hear. That's what I hear somebody saying. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody else. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. False person, message of concern, and official person was here, but it was flipped over like this. So it came out like this. Again, somebody here is holding up a mask, and this mask is concerning. And what's concerning is the fact that somebody here is actually the official person. Somebody here is actually who they claim to be. There's somebody here that's false, and there's somebody here that's the real deal. And this could be just a singular person. Now, this doesn't have to be you. I could be describing a person that you're dealing with or something like that. So let it resonate. It's a general message. Let it resonate as it does for you. But there is this energy here of, they want me to be like this, but this is who I actually am. Or this person is pretending to do this, or pretending to do this job, or pretending to do that, but I can actually do it. I actually know what to do. And it's causing a lot of concern here. And when I touch this message of concern, it's like somebody's giving a phone call. It's like, do you know what your son's doing? Do you know what this person is doing? Somebody here could be calling corporate, or could be calling up the ladder and being like, do you know what this person is doing? They're doing this and they're doing that. It's like, sounds like they're doing their job. For some of you, you could be, I just got this download that for some of you, you could be getting a new manager, or you could be getting a new person. And you do have to admit to you that the person that was, admit to yourself that the person that was running this beforehand was really relaxed. They were really relaxed. Like, they didn't care if people came in late. They didn't care if people stayed on the clock. They didn't care if people took a little bit extra long on their break. They didn't care if, things weren't done exactly the right way, or, maybe some of those things, maybe not all of them, but it's like the person, there was a lot of people they were really friendly with, and now that person is gone and they're being replaced by somebody else. And this new person is actually expecting people to do their job. They're like, hey, yeah, so I noticed you came back from your break 15 minutes late. Don't do that again. Okay, we need you to come in on time, or we need you to be here when we need you to be here, right? Like, we have other people that are waiting for you they're waiting for you to come back so that they can go on break, so you're relieved. So it messes up the whole schedule and it pushes all of us back, and honestly, you get an hour break, or you get a 30-minute break. You don't get, you don't get a 45-minute break. You don't get that. That's what you get. And it feels like people are just like, ugh, is this person wanting us to go by the rules? That's stupid. And you might not be the favorite. You might not be the favorite person, when you're the parent that's like, no, actually, we're not staying up another 10 minutes. No, you can't have that water. No, you can't do that. You need to go lay down and you need to go to bed. I'll read you a story, but then one story and then it's over, and people can be like, oh, like I preferred you. I preferred you when you were in your old self. I preferred you when you didn't care. I preferred you when you weren't, I preferred you before you started going to the gym and you started doing all of this. For 10 years, you've just got up, gone to work, done this, and now suddenly you're wanting to take classes, and you're wanting to go to the gym and work out, and you're wanting to eat healthy, or you're wanting to go to this meeting, or you're wanting to practice this spirituality or this religion, or you're wanting to do this, and you're just changing. And it's like, yeah, people are supposed to actually change. People aren't supposed to stay stagnant. People aren't supposed to, I want my life to be stable, but I want it to be a little unpredictable. Yeah, I want to be spontaneous. Yeah, I want to go do this. Yeah, I want to go do that. Like, what's wrong with that? Someone here wants to dye their hair or dye their beard. I'm saying that. Or something like that. It's like, why are you doing that? It's like, well, I want to start taking care of myself. I want to start showing up for myself. Like, I want to actually start Like, I'm sorry. I know that in the past I've been really relaxed, but like, we really need to start. Productivity has got to get up. Higher ups are telling me we really, they're noticing. So you guys got to tighten up. I'm sorry, but you guys got to tighten up. I'm here because the old manager wasn't doing their job effectively. And corporate is saying like this branch has got to get its productivity up. And they send me into places because I get the productivity up. It's just like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are coming in here changing things? Create fortune in reverse. Also, for some of you, with this King of Pentacles here, this great fortune in reverse is falling out over this King of Pentacles. For some of you, you might have denied some type of money or some type of inheritance. Or this person might have, whoever let it resonate as it does for you guys. And somebody here is like, how could you not? How could you not take that? Are you stupid? And you're just like, look, like, I have a feeling. Look, like, that, like, taking on that business, like, no. In this situation, it's almost like, it's like a family business is being passed down, and it's like, no, I don't want it. Give it to my brother or give it to somebody else. And it's like a wife or a partner or somebody here is like, are you stupid? Like, do you know how much money you just passed up? Like, why would you do that? And it's like, because if I took on that business, I would be trapped here. Like, we would have to stay here, and my soul is leading me to go do something else, to travel, to explore, to go back to school, to, or denying a promotion of some type or something like that, where it's like, you're being given being put in a position to make a huge decision as to where you want your life to go. And on one side of it is things staying the same. And if anything, like you taking on more responsibility, you grounding in even more to the energy that's already been. Or you stand up, you change it up, you change up your energy, you're burning away some kind of old karma or old kind of energy. It's giving me this like, which path do you want to take? And one path here to your soul, to your heart, feels heavy. And although on paper it might make more sense, it might make more sense. Or like in the old scenario, it feels good to have, a manager that's like, you go do whatever you want to, it's fine, but it is true that to run a more effective business, or even if you're talking about kids, like kids, although, sometimes, yeah, they like, but kids really actually like organization. They like structure, In their mind, they might be like, I just want to play all day and I want to eat candy all day and I just, and I just want to veg out and not do anything. But kids are naturally actually healthier and happier when it's like, we have a routine, we have a schedule. At this time we do this, at this time we do this, at this time we do that. And yeah, maybe on Saturdays we can eat dessert first and, yeah, you can watch a few more hours of cartoons in the morning and, yeah, you know what? We'll have pizza tonight. F it, So, and it's good to have those moments. But in general, people are more healthy and happy in the long run. Their productivity is up and their, and all of that when they have that structure, or when they have it a certain way. They have things a certain way. And I said all that, but then also there's another side of this. And that's true. Right? And there's another side of this that's like, that was for those particular scenarios where it's like you have a boss that's coming in, or you have somebody that's like, okay, look, we need to discipline. We need to, we need to tighten up. That's for that situation. Things will run smoother. Productivity will be better. You actually, in the end, will like having a manager. Because, yeah, it might be nice that that manager is laissez-faire about you coming in later, you doing this, but that manager is also laissez-faire about making sure that they're ordering enough supplies and that they're actually on time and that they're organizing and that they're having meetings and that they're helping you out and that they know what they're doing, you know, and that they handle clients or they handle customers in a professional way, you know, that they're actually, you know, you're not having to ask them a dozen times to reorder those shirts. Have you ordered more shirts? Have you ordered more? You know, what about the inventory? We're always running out of this. The schedule is always a mess, you know? So I feel like when you really actually, and it just started to rain, so it's giving me like a cleansing vibe. You know, when you really actually, yeah, does it mean you're going to have to come to work on time? Yeah. Does it mean that but you're going to be like, hey, actually, when I show, and I'm going to say this because I have a tendency to be late, but when I actually show up to work on time, my paycheck is better. Like I'm not missing hours off my paycheck. You know, actually, it is really nice to actually have somebody who is here, who has us fully staffed. You know, when we need things, when we need office supplies or when we need certain products, they're ordered, they're done, they're in the cabinet, they're there when you need them. You know, it is actually nice that when people, you know, that we have a manager now that actually makes people keep up with, you know, with devices that they check out and things like that, because now our devices aren't going missing. People aren't leaving them in their lockers. You know, we actually have the supplies that we need. We're actually fully staffed. You know, it's nice that when I'm supposed to go on break at 1, I actually go on break at 1, not 1:15, not 2 o'clock because somebody decided to take a 2-hour break. It is actually nice, you know, that those people that are always kind of skating by and not doing their work are actually being held responsible and are actually having to do their job. That is actually kind of nice. You know, it is kind of nice that I don't get left being the only one a couple of days a week when everybody goes outside and takes a cigarette break all at the same time. And I'm the only one in here doing anything, shutting down or cleaning up. That's nice. That somebody actually notices that so-and-so always takes, you know, an extra half hour on their break. It is nice that somebody actually notices that things are missing and they go and find them and they go and replace them, you know, that they're looking at the cameras and saying, hey, you clocked this out at this and this and this. Where is it? I need this device. I have other people that need it, you know. It's nice that people are actually, the responsibility of that is kind of actually nice. You know, the structure that it's providing is actually making for a better work day, a smoother work environment. You know, everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody's responsible for themselves. And if certain people are like, F this, I'm leaving. The new hires that they're hiring are actually doing their job, are actually stepping up, are actually doing what they're supposed to. Like, crazy. Oh, it's raining hard. Hey, baby. In that scenario, and it's like, wow, the structure is actually nice, you know? Yeah. I'm getting a scenario too here of like a step parent or something like that coming in, and it's like, well, dad lets us do this and dad lets us do that. It's like, okay, well, your dad can run his house the way that he wants to, but here, you know, we don't eat candy for breakfast. We actually have nutritious meals that are actually delicious. You know, at 7 o'clock we sit down. At this we do this. At this we do that. And at first it's like, oh, this is no fun. Yeah, you know. But after a while, it's like, oh, it's actually nice to go to bed and get a good night's sleep and not feel tired in class. Actually, when I'm eating the food, you know, I actually feel better. I have more energy. I can actually move around. You know. It's nice that we're not eating pizza every day and then I'm actually getting some nutrient, you know, actually it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, you know, to know that every day at 5 o'clock, dinner's going to be ready. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to watch TV together. And then, you know, or some nights we do like a game night with the family. And then by 8 or 9 o'clock, we're in bed and I get a good night's sleep and I wake up and I'm not tired. I'm not exhausted because I'm not staying up till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Like, actually, I kind of feel better. It's kind of nice, you know? And that's for that scenario, right? Like eventually, once you work out the kinks, like it's going to feel nice for things to actually have some structure and some order to them. For others of you here, okay, this fiery, passionate thing that you're being asked to do, okay, is you're being guided to step into your life purpose or your life mission, or you're being asked, you're being initiated into the next cycle of your journey, which involves you breaking out of routine. Uh-oh. Kind of just went off on a whole tangent there. Well, it wasn't a tangent, but I was just going on like, ooh. Yeah, journey, 100%. So for some of you, it is, you know, for all of you, it's like this new energy that's coming in that's stirring up things the way that they have always been. And or the way that you've gotten used to them being. Yeah. Distant horizon, there's this kind of like pulling up anchor. Sometimes I see this as like a ship pulling in and the anchor's coming down, but now I see this as like distant horizon, like your journey is out there somewhere. You need to pull up this anchor, or you need to cut off this anchor, and you need to take off. Again, we had the Three of Wands here earlier, where it was like this kind of like waiting for your ships to come in, like get on that train. I said what I said. Get on that train. Get on that boat. Come on now. Change. Yes. Because wherever you are now feels like prison. I said what I said, what I said. Okay? Golly. The signs are so heavy for this. Okay? The signs are so heavy for this. That's crazy. Okay? It's time to get out of the dark. It's time, like there are signs and symbols happening all around you that are letting you know, yes, it is time for you to stand up. It is time for you to defend yourself. It is time for you to get on that boat, get on that ship, get in that car, get into the motion. Okay? Use your willpower to change this scenario, okay? Because there's something about the scenario that's taking from you. Okay? It's draining your energy. It's draining your power. It wants you to stay. It wants you to stay stuck. Again, I'm seeing those vines like holding you down, crushing you, keeping you trapped. And there's something inside of you here that's just like, no, like, and I see you breaking out and just like bursting all of those vines into flame. And you're just being like, no. Like, I will not be told to sit down. I will not be told to calm down. I will not be told to just settle in. I will not be told that. I will not do that. That's not what's happening here. I have a pathway. You are on a pathway of transformation. You see the butterflies? You are on a pathway of transformation. And you are being asked to step up and take a leadership position here in your life. Take control of your scenario here. Despite what this group or this community or whatever they're saying about whatever choice that you're making, again, for some of you, it is a situation where it's like, no. Like, I don't want to be trapped. Well, I've picked up that message before where there has been this message. I know there's somebody here, there's a masculine here that watches my channel that has been having issues breaking away from a karmic family around a family having some kind of family business or having some kind of inheritance. I don't know why I'm sitting here stroking my chin like I have a beard and I'm sitting here, but that's what I was just literally like envisioning. I was like, so I don't know if you do that or if you know somebody, you have somebody in your family that did that or something like that, where they have a beard and they just sit here and they just stroke it and they're just pondering, thinking. And that's the kind of vibes. It's this. You are going to be supported here. Okay, you are going to be supported in changing up this energy. You are going to be supported in stepping into something different, something new. But I definitely feel like there is a feminine energy here. And I don't know if this is like a partner, a sibling, I'm hearing an ex-partner for some of you. I'm hearing now she's my ex. But when the situation was, this could have caused some type of breakup. Or this could have caused some kind of falling apart of this community, right? A falling apart of a family, a falling apart of a community. There is this energy here of a person deciding like, I don't want to follow in the footsteps. I don't want to take on the family business. I don't want to take up this inheritance. I don't want to do that. I want to go my own way. Isn't that a Journey song? You can go your own way. Yeah, I don't know if it's Journey, but I don't really listen to Journey. But that's funny because this Journey card keeps coming out. But that's what I'm feeling in this scenario, where it's just like, I gotta get away. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get free from this scenario, because my instincts are just telling me that my true freedom, or that my true destiny, lies elsewhere. And that if I truly commit to this, for some of you, you could have been thinking about marrying into a family, and somebody here could have been saying, hey, yeah, you marry my daughter, or you marry my person, my whoever, my child, my whoever, and we're going to pass down the family business to you. And on paper, it seems so smart, right? This person seems like a smart person to be in a relationship with. It seems like the right thing to do. It seems like the time, everybody would tell you, yeah, it's time to settle down. You have this, and you have this position for this job, or you're being offered this promotion. And yeah, why would you say no? But everything inside of your spirit is telling you to say no. To say no, because it really is this feeling of like, am I truly ready to commit to this? Because there is no going back once I say yes to this. It's very messy. It's a long divorce process. It's a long process. There's something here. Or if it's a situation that you're already in and you're just trying to get out of it, like, it might be a process to get out of this, to transfer the business and everything into somebody else's name, or to transform this, or to go in a different direction. But I feel that there could be a mother here for some of you as well. There's a feminine energy here that's either a partner, an ex-partner, a mother in this scenario, that has this very specific expectation as to what you were supposed to do, who you were supposed to be, who you were supposed to be with. And you're defying that. You're defying that expectation here. And it definitely is causing concern within a group of people, within a family, or, it really feels like that. It really feels like a family unit. It could also be like within a church, especially if you are within a certain places, certain religion, or certain like groups that are just like divorced. Like, no, we don't do that. We don't get divorced, or we don't, thoughts. And I do feel like that this person and their expectations are weighing very heavily on your mind. Or very heavily on this, because it does feel like a masculine. High honor. And I do think you want to do this the right and honorable way, but you were just you were so concerned with finding your peace. I always see that. Where am I going to find my peace? Because the peace lily is always right here in the background. It's like, where am I going to find my peace? I also feel like when I see that peace lily, I think about how you give peace lilies like after a funeral to people. And it's like, how am I going to end this? How am I going to walk away from this? And I even see again, it could be some kind of inheritance, or it's like something is being passed down to you, and you're just like, no, I don't want it. Give it to somebody else. And everybody, I literally see everybody being like, like, what? What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean no? What do you mean you're not taking it? What do you mean you're not starting? What do you mean you want to start your own business instead of taking up your parents'? Like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. But you feel guided to do what you're supposed to do. And I definitely feel like on the other side of this worry here, that this community is going to drop you or is going to turn against you, there is your actual happiness. Pushing through this. And yeah, and I definitely feel like it's a heavy burden though. But again, because it feels like a painful, but then it feels good. You know, it's a heavy weight, but it feels like what you're supposed to do. It feels like you're being asked to bring something to an end that's going to be a painful ending, but on the other side of it, again, your independence. Gaining your freedom, gaining your independence. Again, there's this whole go your own way kind of energy here that you keep feeling so drawn to. And Spirit keeps saying, like, slow down. Slow down. Really think about this before you just rush into committing to something. Because your spirit is telling you that this is not really that change, that movement. Even for some of you, moving locations is where you're being called to. You know, and it's like, if I take up this business or I do this, like I will be here. And I want to say I will be trapped here. You know, there's this kind of feeling of like, I feel trapped, and there's some place I feel called. I feel called to go somewhere else, to do something else, to become something else. And I definitely do think that for some of you, there is something on the other side of this, Queen of Wands. You're being asked to step into the King of Wands, and there's a Queen of Wands on the other side of this. Could be a soulmate, could be, you know, it doesn't have to be a person, could be a place, could be a calling or something, but there is like a mated pair. Could be, again, a job, somebody that you might want to work with, or like there's like a job, a place, a vocation or something. It's like calling you. And it is like your pair on the other side of it. It is your wish fulfillment. But it feels like it is hidden behind taking this judgment and saying, I know that my friends or my family, you might not understand, or you might not know why I feel the way that I feel, or why I'm guided to not do this, or why I'm guided to leave this person, or to not go through with this marriage, or why I'm guided to, you know, leave this business behind or change up. But I know what I'm supposed to do. I know that I'm supposed to be doing something else, and that grounding into this King of Pentacles is not where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm supposed to be changing things up. I'm supposed to be bringing this fire energy into my life right now. And it does feel kind of like, you know, like a karmic lesson or like a karmic test of, are you going to continue down the path that of the way things have been, or are you going to step into the person you know you are supposed to be? Because there's definitely a union on the other side of this for you. And again, if it's, you know, it's like, I know I'm being called to go down this path and start this business, or move to this place, or go do this. And Spirit is confirming that there is soulmate energy there for you in that place, whether it be a person or a job or something. It's something that's meant to be for you. It is something that's meant to be for you. Yeah. And I do think that there is a situation here where it's like, it's like, I don't want to do this because I know it's going to hurt somebody. I know it's going to be difficult to go through. I'm going to have to end the relationship, or it could cause, you know, my mother or my brother or my friends, or, you know, this community of people to not talk to me anymore, to not support me anymore in making this decision. But again, I keep hearing that, okay, anyone that truly loves you, that truly supports you, that's truly on your side is going to be there for you. You know, they're going to be there for you and they're going to support you. They're going to respect those boundaries. They're going to respect your decision, you know, and they're going to support you. Exactly. This is an opportunity for you to step into your masculine energy, for you to step into that divine masculine energy. And it's like, I know where I'm being guided to do. I know what I'm being guided to do, you know, and I understand if you can't support me or you can't come with me, then I'll go alone. You know, but there is some type of karmic balance or karmic, you know, like your justice is elsewhere. And it does feel like you're being asked to ignore that. Like you're being asked to, you know, like, don't pay attention to your dreams. Don't pay attention to your, these fantasies or to these things that you think that you want to be like. Don't be stupid, right? Like, this is fine. This person is great. Settle down. Just go down this road with them. You know, squash yourself, you know, stay small, stay here, you know, stay in my control, stay where I'm telling you to go. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like you are being tested karmically right now. You do have karmic people around you that are testing you to keep up the status quo, right? To stay locked in, to, you know, oh, well, it'd be so easy. It would be so easy not to cause these ripples, not to go out there, not to change directions, not to push yourself out there to change the way that your spirit is guiding you to change. God and spirit is really pushing you. You know, there are other people, other things. You are being called to something greater. You know, or this person is being called to something greater. You know, they feel at a distance from where they're actually supposed to be. You know, and the more that you or this person leans into that King of Pentacles energy, the more they feel at a distance from where they're actually supposed to be. They're going to keep looking out onto the horizon. They're going to keep thinking about, well, what if? What if I had taken that opportunity? What if I had enrolled in that thing? What if I had gone back to school instead of taking up this business? What if I had opened up that business instead of going with this job? You know, what if I had taken that opportunity? And I feel like if you don't, you'll always feel that way. And again, at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your destiny. I can't, you know, I understand that, you know, and at the end of the day, you're responsible for your life. And you're the one that has to live your life. I'm not the one living your life. You're the one living your life, you know. But I am here to confirm to you that, yeah, you know, you are being drawn to walk down a different path. But we have free will. We have choices in this life. And I completely understand whatever choice that you make. I respect that. You know, there is no disappointment on any side for me. You know, this is your life. So you have to make the decisions that, you know, at the end of the day, you're the one that has to live with your decisions. But I will always say, you know, make the decisions that are going to leave you without those regrets. I would always advise somebody to do that, you know. But again, I don't know what the risks are. I don't know exactly what that is that you're being guided to do. So at the end of the day, like, I wish you strength and peace and serenity and understanding and discernment. You know, I would suggest really meditating on it, really praying about it, really. But whatever this is a very opportune moment. I don't know if you guys could hear all the thunder and the lightning that's happening in the background, but like, this is very opportune moments here. Okay? That you are being given. And the doorway will not stay open forever. Okay? And I really feel like for a lot of you, this is an opportunity to face this fear of abandonment, this fear of people turning away from you, this fear that you will not be supported in what you do. Yeah. This new cycle is opening up for you, and this opportunity is here now. And I feel like a lot of you are at the crossroads. Either you can stay where you are or go down this path, and you know where this path is going to lead. And it is the path that I feel like the people that are around you support and are really pushing you to go down that path, because I feel like it'll keep you where you are. It'll keep you around these people. It might even give these people even greater access to you, even greater connection to you. And I just keep seeing, for some of you, it's like a mother figure or like a feminine energy that's like, yeah, just come here. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. Stay here. And I'm going to hold you close, and I'm going to cling on to you, and stay here with me. Don't go out there. Don't go looking out there for something better. Or don't go, it's stupid. Don't go following a pipe dream. It's that kind of vibes where it's just like, we all have fantasies of things, like, oh, we wish we would have done this, or I wish I would have done that, but at the end of the day, we all make at the end of the day, you really don't have a choice. This is your choice. And Spirit is here to tell you, you do have a choice. There's no one in this world that has the right to tell you that you don't have a choice. Because even God gives you that choice. Okay? You always have a choice. Always. And I do feel like for a lot of you, this is this discerning moment in your life that is going to define where you end up. Not any pressure. Not putting any pressure or anything on you. But come on. I just have to. I just have to deck. And you see what this is. This is you walking away from this King of Pentacles energy. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this is just tarot. At the end of the day, you don't have to take the advice of your spirit guides, or you don't have to, you don't have to listen to yourself. But there is this sense of Spirit is giving you this opportunity to get out of this wheel, to get out of what you yourself and your energy defined as a prison, as a trap. Yeah. You're looking for victory, and I feel like Spirit is like, victory is going to come not through manipulation, not through, well, let me see where this goes, and maybe I should do, like, what do you really want? Outside of, well, what will it get me, and will I have more money, and will I get more support this way or that way? Who do you really want to be? Underneath all the expectations and the way, if you could just strip away all of that, whatever your community, whatever your society, whatever your family, whatever expectations there are, like, oh, by this age, you need to have this, you need to have that, just pull all of that away. What would make you happy? What would make you feel satisfied? And what path is actually truly going to lead you there? I feel like you would benefit greatly off of extended meditations around that. Extended times of just sitting outside in the silence, or sitting inside in your room in the silence, just going inside and really truly asking yourself that. Stripping away a lot of the noise and a lot of the buzzing in your head and being, is this, no this, no this, what about that? Get quiet, and I think that you will have your answer. You will know. Get your mind quiet, get your heart quiet, and you will know. All right, I'm gonna pull just one or two of these, and then we're gonna end it. What's overall advice here for this person that this energy that's in this energy right now, Spirit? I'm going to say listen to the signs and the synchronicities around you, because there were so many signs. There were so many times I said stuff and thunder started rolling, or, like the lights flickered and things. That happened several times in your reading. So I would just say pay attention to that prosperity vibration. You are attracting health, wealth, and happiness. Y'all, look at this. It's Saint Kumara open channel. Signs, codes, download, and sacred information. I was just talking about signs. About you paying attention to the signs, to the downloads, to divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. Some of you are really, again, expanding yourself, pushing yourself, expanding yourself. Some of you are really thinking about taking up a new field of study or going back to school or doing something like that. Let it be a confirmation, but it's also like really like get to know, get the information that you really need about this. Ask questions is what I'm hearing. Bridget, inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Look at that. Look how that turned out. Bridget, let your passion, but then look down here too. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. You are being guided to your purpose, to your higher purpose. You are being spiritually protected, spiritual force field. Again, the expanded heart. You are being asked to expand yourself, right? Because there is something here about a karmic test, karmic people, karmic tests asking you to like squish yourself small. To keep yourself small, to keep the status quo, to keep things going the way that they've always been. And you are being asked to expand that, to liberate yourself from that thought process. That this way and the way that it's always been is the only way that it can be. Not true. And there is somebody here telling you, oh, well, that path that you want to go down, there's no money in that. There's no stability in that. There's no something in that. Yes, there will. You are a very prosperous, abundant person. And whatever path you choose, you will have that prosperity and that abundance. There could be something here where like one of these paths is a more creative, passionate path. Something that you're very like, because when the rain started falling again outside, I heard that line from Kendrick Lamar's Gloria, where it was like, are you crazy? It's like, I bring the passion, I bring the money, I bring the rainfall. Right? Which I love that line. Like, I bring the rainfall is like, are you serious? Like, I bring the nourishment. I give you life. I breathe life into you. You know? And so there's something here, and that song is about Kendrick's relationship with his writing, with writing his music. Right? And if you are a creative person, you understand that feeling of, because in the part of the story where it's like, I break up with you, I say F it and I throw you to the side, but then when I pick you back up, I fall back in love with you the moment that I touch you, right? And if you're anybody that has a creative outlet like that, you go through moments where you feel detached from your creativity. We all have it. We all go through like depressions, or we all go through times when we're just busy, and you have those moments where you're just like, man, F it. I'm so frustrated. I'm so this, I'm so that with this. I got to just leave it alone. And then comes that moment. Oh, it's so glorious. Comes that moment when you pick that back up and you're like, ooh, oh, my life. This gives me life. This gives me energy. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. There is just a connection that you have there with expressing yourself through that thing, right? Whatever it is, singing, dancing, writing, drawing, creating, and then whatever in the type of way that you're creating, you're molding, you're sculpting, you're throwing that clay, you're molding that thing. And anybody that has that creative, you know that you have times that you detach from that muse and that creative energy, and then when it comes back, you just fall back into each other. Just so good, right? And there is somebody here that feels that way, that is like, I'm so passionate about this. I love it so much. I just want to do it. I would do it all day long, even if it never brought me another dime in my life. Like, I love it so much. And it feels like here somebody is being asked to choose between something that on paper makes sense and brings that rainfall, right? Brings that energy, that life, that nourishment to your soul. And you might not be able to see exactly how you're going to make it or exactly where it's going to end up, but you know that it keeps calling your name. And so there is someone here that is kind of weighing out those options. Like, what should I do? What should I do? Because it feels like you are at the point now where it almost feels like you're not at the point where it's like, well, just keep your day job and just do it on the side. There is something here that's like, you are at the point of, okay, like, I have an opportunity to really actually take this and really invest my time and my energy into really trying to make this, and to really make this my job, really make this what I do. Is it possible? Is it possible that I could go back to school, or I could get those certifications, or I could buy that studio time, or I could do that, and I could really make this my life? Or I stick with the way that, that's sturdy, that's stable, that I know, and it feels like someone here is standing at that precipice, right? You are standing at that opportunity where it's like, I could really take this full moment and jump off this cliff and really go for this. But it really means that my old life is going to have to crumble and is going to fall apart. Because I think you are at a place now where people are like, give that up, stop doing that, move on from that. Invest all your energy into this over here. And you are at that moment where you're going to have to make that judgment call. Where do you want your life to go? Who do you want to be? And it's not an easy decision. I understand that, because there could be family, there could be friends, there could be kids involved, mortgages and debts and all kind of stuff. It's not an easy choice to make. Stepping into your life purpose or your life path and what you choose to make of it is never an easy choice. But you're here at that precipice, and I want you to make the decision that's right for you. All right. Healing light. Wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. Absolutely. You are on that journey. Spirit is asking you to have fearlessness and choose the path that's right for you, whatever that path is. Wow. Yeah. And make peace with it. Buddha, enlightened awareness. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. Make peace with the choice that you make. And be the leader. Also, be the leader of your life. Step into this leadership position in your own life and in your own journey. All right. Good luck to you, my friend, okay? I hope that you choose the path that's right for you. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you guys. As always, like, share, subscribe. If you feel called to work with me, my contact information is down below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time, for your energy, for walking down this path with me. You're at a very crucial part in your journey, and I wish you the best of luck out there, okay? And peace and serenity. And, it's not easy. It's not an easy choice that you have in front of you. And like I said, I wish you good luck and I wish you peace in your choices. Okay. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you to your angels, spirits, guardians, ancestors, masters, and guides for guiding you here to get this information. I hope it gave you the love, light, or clarity that you were looking for. Thank you to my angels, spirits, guardians, ancestors, masters, and guides for guiding me to deliver this message as well as keeping me and you safe while we did so. Thank you so very much. And I'll see you lovelies in the next one. Okay. Bye. Hey, baby. Hey, babies. Let's go. Bye. Okay. Bye.